Welcome to Standalone, our solo movie reviews. I'm your host, Jared. Today's review is for Black Phone 2, starring Ethan Hawke, and directed by Scott Derrickson. This one is a follow-up to the horror hit The Black Phone, and follows Finn and his sister Gwen as they try to uncover the mystery as to why the grabber is still haunting them, and how. The only question I have is, does this winter horror have enough chill to keep you on edge, or is this undercooked feature still too frozen to thaw out? Let's find out. So right off the bat, I was shocked to see Finn turn into a bully. He's beating some kid to a pulp in the opening scene, a total flip it was like a total flip from who he was in the first movie. There's not much explanation for what turned him into that, and I wish they showed some more development there. His sister Gwen is basically the same smart-mouthed kid from the first film. Not a bad thing, but there's no growth. And their dad, on the other hand, isn't a drunk anymore, which is at least one positive change. As the story moves along, Gwen starts having dreams and sleepwalking, eventually coming face to face with her mother in a dream. Her mom tells her about a lake she used to work at and explains they're sharing the same dream. This pushes Gwen to convince Finn to travel to that lake and uncover what's going on. Once they get there, Gwen sleepwalks again and is attacked by ghostly premonitions. Meanwhile, Finn is contacted by the grabber through a phone booth outside of the cabin that they're staying in. And after this attack, the people staying on the lake decide to help Gwen and reveal that the grabber once attended the same camp as her mother. At this point, the movie becomes pretty predictable, and you can see where it's going from a mile away. So let's talk about the defining moment for the movie for me. The moment that really defines the movie for me is when Gwen and Finn discover the grabber used to attend that camp. It's a solid twist that connects the present horror to the past, and it adds a hint of depth to the grabber's backstory. Unfortunately, though, the movie doesn't take advantage of it. Instead of exploring his history or motivations, that reveal is mainly used to just keep Gwen's story moving forward. It's also the point where we learn the grabber killed his first victims there, which could have been the emotional and chilling centerpiece, but it never reaches that potential. And this scene sets up ultimately what keeps the movie from greatness. So when it comes to that, what kept the movie from being great? Well, aside from that, there's a few big things holding Black Phone 2 back. First one, the grabber's past. It's barely explored. The movie was marketed as a learn the truth behind the mask story, but all we get is that he once went to this camp. Nothing about why he became who he is. Secondly, the supernatural element feels forced. In the first movie, the grabber was just a creepy human. Now he's basically a Freddy Krueger type ghost that can attack people through dreams. It's a massive jump that doesn't feel earned, and it would have worked better if the tone was set from the very beginning of the series. Overall, this sequel feels unnecessary. Like, it only exists because the first movie made money, or as I like to say, if money talks, then sequels walk. I will say, though, there definitely was a standout element in this movie. What really stood out to me was Gwen taking over as the main character. She completely carries this movie. Even though her personality hasn't changed much from the first film, it works here, especially since Finn doesn't offer much in terms of development or emotional depth. Now, who this movie is for? Honestly, this is for fans of the first movie only. If you love The Black Phone, you'll probably find something here to appreciate. But if you were on the fence the first time around, you could skip this movie, or you could just wait for it to come out on streaming, but there's no rush to watch this movie. My hot take for this movie, the whole winter setting didn't hit the way I expected it to. When you think of winter horror done right, movies like The Thing or The Shining, the cold isn't just a backdrop, it's a character. It isolates you, traps you, and adds tension. But in The Black Phone 2, the winter setting doesn't add anything. It's there for atmosphere, sure, but it never enhances the story or raises the stakes. For a movie built around chilling visuals, it just doesn't leave you in the cold the right way. My final verdict for this movie, it's a cold 4 out of 10. Gwen stepping into the lead was a great move, but everything else, from the supernatural angle to the lack of a real backstory, keeps the sequel from reaching its potential. It feels more like a cash grab than a creative continuation, and that's what really drags it down. There's just no real reason for this movie to exist beyond capitalizing on the first one's success, and that taints the whole experience. Well, hope you enjoyed my standalone. That's it for The Black Phone 2. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and let me know what you thought of this review, and I'll see you on the next one.